how to use the P.A.S framework on LinkedIn to get more than 150,000 views on your post. Before we get into what the P.A.S framework is, let me give you a couple of tips on LinkedIn copywriting. Focus on making short sentences. The idea is that one line should be one sentences on mobile. Most people read their post actually on mobile on LinkedIn, and if you have only one line per phrase, it makes it much easier for people to read and much faster for people to go through and understand your content. Talking about understanding, make sure that your content can be understood by a 10-year-old child. Make sure not to use too many complex words and to keep your sentences as simple as possible so people can skim through your content and understand it in a glimpse. Make sure to share real-life experiences. It doesn't have to be things that are personal, like talking about your life, but it can. And it can also be things that you've experimented at work and where you've got specific results. Since LinkedIn is a social network, the more real it is, the easier it is for you to connect with your audience and build a strong relationship that down the line will help you grow your business. So now let's look at the P.A.S framework. P.A.S stands for Problem Agitate Solution. Here, the first sentences are all about the problem. I stopped visiting my parents, I stopped seeing my friends. In the early days of lemlist, I didn't have any money. Every time I was meeting with my friends or my family, they were always asking me the same question. Are you paying yourself yet? And I always had the same answer. No, not yet. This is when you start the agitate part. I was so embarrassed. I felt like a failure. It made me doubt myself and doubt lemlist. And this is actually where, after having the problem and the agitate, that you bring the solution at the end. If you have an entrepreneur friend who's starting their own business, don't ask them questions like, how much money are you making? Or are you paying yourself? Instead, ask yourself how you can help them. With this simple framework and by telling a personal story, I was able to reach more than 150,000 people. On top of this, I received hundreds of messages of entrepreneurs that were super happy to see that even though I had built successful businesses, I still had time in the early days where I doubt myself and I doubted the project. It was a great opportunity for me to build relationships on LinkedIn and then invite more people to connect on our newsletter, on YouTube here, or even on our community. Have you ever used the P.A.S framework on your LinkedIn post? If not, let me know why in the comments.